So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how I took our mascot, BTG-Chan, and put her in AEW Fight Forever.
Whoa!
The first step of doing this process was actually getting a model made in 3D. I didn't really know where to find this stuff, but I randomly stumbled upon a Brazilian artist named Natam Antony. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't actually tried to speak his name ever until now. So I found his work and I was really liking his style, but what really surprised me was his work on his Dizzy model from Guilty Gear. That Dizzy model is pretty much why I reached out to him to make the model for BTG-Chan. I contacted him on Fiverr because I found out he was on there, and then I reached out to him and we made a deal and he started working on the model. Overall, it took about a month and a half to get the model done, and he gave me every step of the process. He let me know what he was changing. I gave him some feedback if things had to be touched up or changed. Most of it was pretty much great, always on the first try. I gave him some references from the original artist who makes BTG-Chan, Ju Maria, and he just brought her to life in the 3D model. I'm really blown away how it came out. And if I ever need any more 3D models of BTG-Chan or something else, I will definitely hit him up. He even gave BTG-Chan some ability to move her face. I wish I could have used that in the final product, but you'll see why I couldn't. And you should check out Antony as well. I'll leave his information in the description below so you can check him out and reach out to him if you want his services. So I got the model from Antony and he gave me all the assets needed plus the original Blender file. And once I got it, I realized I had no idea how to use Blender. I had zero idea. Like, I just ordered this thing and I had no idea what I was going to do with it. Like, I wanted to put it into the game, but I didn't think that far on how to learn Blender and how to use the stuff. But luckily, the guy who made all the tutorials to put characters into AEW and show how to do most of the mods really gave me enough information to go and look for the stuff I needed to actually put the model into the game. LynchReborn, who has made great strides in the modding community for AEW, he's done a lot of great stuff and pretty much has made a good majority of the mods out there on the Nexus mods that you can put in AEW. He made some great tutorials on his YouTube channel that I use religiously. He also gave a lot of the assets and things you need to mod AEW on those video tutorials. And so I really gotta say thank you for that. I appreciate it. I just want to preface this by saying this is not a tutorial. This is just my amateur explanation of how I got the model into AEW Fight Forever. First up, I had to learn all the stuff about Blender. I did not know how to move things. I did not know how to position the model. Thank God Antony rigged the model so I could actually position the character. So I learned how to do that, and once I figured out how to move things around, all I needed to do was follow Lynch's tutorial, and then I could put the character into the game. One of the biggest things is you're trying to transfer the weights of the character onto the model that you want in the game. If you don't know what weights are, they're basic positional data in the game that tells when the model should move the fingers or legs or arms or how much it should. I think that's the way to describe it. It's very technical. I'm still new to this, so that might be the wrong way of explaining it, but that's how I put it together in my mind. Usually it just lines up perfectly if you line everything up, and if you're trying to not do too much with the model, it should work. But where it gets really funky is the fingers, because those don't always sync up. And as you can see in this video, I actually had to color the weights in the game. And so I had to color every little piece of the fingers and other things to make sure that the model doesn't do any weird stretching thing, which it did. I think I have a video of it. If you'll see it on screen, if I still have it. It looks a little freaky. So I try to do it as best as I can. It's not perfect. And that's kind of the thing with this model, is that I try to do my best, but I am not a pro at this. So one thing I sadly had to cut out for the model was the shape keys. Shape keys are basically how Antony set up BTG-Chan moving her face, but I couldn't use it because AEW Fight Forever does not use shape keys. I had to make her face basically not move, and that can get a little creepy, but it's the best I could do. Another thing is texturing. So when you got everything set up in Blender, you've transferred the weights, you made everything sync up. Next thing you're gonna do is put the model into the Unreal Engine. Once I learned how to use the Unreal Engine and put everything together, I figured out that you're basically copying over some piece in the game. It's overwriting a piece of clothing or overwriting a wrestler. So once I set everything up, I have to do the textures, and that's where it really got funky. As you can see here, I didn't know how to do the textures correctly, even though the tutorial pretty much tells you how to. I was trying to get around it, but you have to follow the tutorial. So when adding textures to the model in the Unreal Engine, you must add in the three things: the texture, the normal, and the orm. If you don't add these all, it will look weird. As you can see in the footage I'm showing, I didn't make it work. I tried to get around it and it looks like this. I had to learn about normals, which kind of tell the height of something and how it's raised. I had to go get that from Antony. There's also things like orms, which I didn't know, tell the game if something should be reflective or anything like that. And once I figured out how to do that, I ran back to Antony again, who gave me a lot of those files, and then I made orms for BTG-Chan, and then I could get the textures correct. So it took me a while to figure out all this stuff because I had no idea how video games worked when it comes to this stuff. But now that I have, it's done and it's good to go. If you want to learn more about this stuff, I definitely recommend to go check out LynchReborn's channel. So big thank you to Ju Maria, as always, for making the original art for BTG-Chan, and also thank you to Antony, who made the model. Go check out their stuff, and I hope this video was informative. If you haven't checked out the BTG-Chan video, you should go check that out, and also check out the mod that's on Nexus Mod right now with BTG-Chan that you can get on the link below. So check out these videos, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.